From just outside the D.C. Armory in Washington, D.C., this is the Boxing Along the Beltway Post-Fight Wrap-Up Show. The Boxing Along the Beltway Post-Fight Wrap-Up Show is brought to you in part by UndisputedBrand.com. Visit UndisputedBrand.com for the finest in boxing and mixed martial arts apparel. Undisputed Brand, the brand true champions wear. And by Real Time Pain Relief. Rub it on, the pain is gone in real time. Go to www.stopachesandpains.com. Hi again, everyone. Gary Digital Williams, just outside the D.C. Armory. And it's been a long evening and actually a long morning. So good morning for those of you on the East Coast that we're just finishing up. What was an interesting card from the standpoint of, if you were a hardcore boxing fan, you loved what we saw in the main event, especially the co-feature as well. Two great bouts for the Super Middleweight Championship. Badou Jack fighting to a draw against Lucien Boutte. And James DeGale winning by unanimous decision over Rogelio Medina. Two really great bouts. I mean, they were really solid bouts. And again, I'm getting a lot of feedback on social media about why there were no Beltway boxers on the card, and Beltway boxers should be headlining these shows. And that's in a just world. That's the way it should be. And I do agree with that. But again, as I've said earlier, we didn't have anybody remaining. We didn't have anybody of any real significance along that level to be headlining shows. We had a couple guys on the card tonight who were from this area, but they were fringe at this point. Hopefully, especially in the case of people like Keegan Grove, especially, who looked good in his debut, won a 4-round unanimous decision we talked about earlier. We hope that he will be able to be a part of the mainstream situation. I think he will. He's with Al Heyman, and so we hope that he will be able to get a mainstream bout at some point down the road. But again, it's one of those situations where we just didn't have enough boxers. I mean, we had guys who have been fighting throughout the last 6 weeks, big bouts, and even up until tonight. We'll talk about tonight a little bit later on, but elsewhere. But we just didn't have anybody left. So we had no choice. And again, the bouts that were given to us, especially in the main event and the co-feature, were worth watching. They were great bouts. Both of them were solid bouts, and we have a little clearer picture at this point about the Super Middleweight division. So should we see interesting to see what happens going forward if and when James DeGale takes on Badou Jack. That should be a great bout. Both those guys performed, I thought, very well tonight. Kudos also to our officials. And then a lot of people are debating Steve Rados' 117-111 score in the main event, the Jack Boutte bout, but many people believe he got it right. And I thought it was a little bit closer, but I definitely saw Jack winning the fight. I thought Jack won the fight. I don't think it was a draw at all. And I just think that in this case, our guys got it right. Our guy got it right, and that was Steve Rados. He definitely got it right. And Malik Waleed was outstanding as the referee in the IBF Super Middleweight Championship bout. I thought he did an outstanding job. He let the fighters decide it. And he stayed out of the way. He didn't have to do a lot of breaking, clinching, and they say the best thing about a referee or an umpire is when you don't even notice they're there. And in many cases, you didn't know that Malik Waleed was there, and that was really a testament to what he did tonight. So it was a great show, and I think overall a decent card. The undercard was a little dry, in all honesty, and I think because for me anyway, a couple of guys we had seen before. We had seen Anthony Pugnier against in the last card here on April 1st. We had seen Samuel Okine. Of course, again, he was the one who took Damon Nicholson to the distance, as we talked about before. So it was a little dry on the card. Latondria Jones, who I had a chance to meet off mic earlier tonight. Very nice young lady. Off of 21st Street in Northeast D.C. That's where she was born, and that's where she lived until she was about 8 years old. And then she moved to South Carolina and now lives in Las Vegas. But seems to be very eager to go, and hoping she'll get better bouts than what she got tonight. And again, as we said before, she was from the lady she fought was from not too far, 2 hours away from Wilson, North Carolina. So those things happen. So again, overall, great card, and the ending to what has been a great month of Beltway boxing. Actually, really a great month and a half of Beltway boxing in the Washington, D.C. area. We're still waiting for the results of the Golden Gloves from tonight at Rosecroft Raceway. And again, congratulations to Thomas Top Dog Williams, Jr. Second round knockout of Edwin Rodriguez tonight at the StubHub Center in Carson, California. Tremendous. And now they're already talking about Thomas Williams in a possible title bout against WBC champion Adonis Stevenson. Rodriguez was ranked 5th in the world by the WBC and also ranked, I think, 5th in the world by the IBF. And now he doesn't have those rankings anymore. And it's a possibility that Williams might. And it could be down the road that he may face Adonis Stevenson maybe by the end of this year. Who knows? I mean, that may be a big step up for him, but he may be in the same boat, maybe not as big a boat as Dominic Wade was against Gennady Golovkin. But again, that's a major step. But again, he took a step to get there and beating and convincingly beating Edwin Rodriguez. And on the other side, Phil Jackson Benson with a tough loss. And he only has 3 losses, but 2 of them have been devastating knockout losses. And that's where the question is going to be for the real deal Phil Jackson Benson, whether or not he can really recover and get his career on track. After this loss tonight against David Benavidez, who apparently is the truth at 19 years old, 14-0, now 13 KOs. Apparently he is the truth. So we'll see what happens. We wish Phil Jackson Benson well the rest of the way. And that's a tough camp this month for the camp, because Dominic Wade and Phil Jackson Benson are in the same camp, trained by the same people, and they both suffered pretty devastating losses. So we'll see what happens, and we'll talk more about that in the weeks to come. Now, May looks very strong. May 13th, right back here at the D.C. Armory. Dusty Hernandez Harrison taking on Mike Dallas Jr. That'll be live on BET. There's Thomas K.O. Snow is going to be on the co-feature on that. In fact, we have the whole card for you. We'll put it up on the blog and bring it to you sometime next week during our next Beltway Boxing News and Notes podcast. We'll have that as well. We'll also finalize, hopefully, the card on Saturday, May 14th at the Maryland State Fairgrounds in Timonium, Maryland, coming up as well. And we're also talking about May 21st. We have some preliminary stuff on the May 21st card at the ABC Sports Complex. That's the complex in Springfield, Virginia. That's the Left Foot Promotions card. We have a number of boxers who have been signed for some bouts outside the area. We'll give you that rundown as well in the next few days. So stay with us right here. We're still moving here in the Beltway as far as boxing is concerned. So that's our quick post-fight wrap-up show. Remember, the Boxing Along the Beltway post-fight wrap-up show is brought to you in part by UndisputedBrand.com. Visit UndisputedBrand.com for the finest in boxing and mixed martial arts apparel. Undisputed Brand, the brand true champions wear. And by Real Time Pain Relief. And rub it on, the pain is gone in real time. Go to www.stopachesandpains.com. I'm Gary Digger Williams. Thanks so much for joining us. And it would have been a big night of professional boxing right here at the DC Armory. Thanks for listening, and always remember to keep supporting the best boxing in the world, the Boxing Along the Beltway. Take care.